just up the hill there's a game where you hit the thing with a hammer and the weight goes up. And every time I ring this bell, I like to imagine that there's someone up the hill with a giant hammer going, "Did I win?" Hire and escape show begins in just a few moments. But I need more stuff. This way. Here we are. Conveniently placed. There's your choice. Shows once. All right. This is the box. I will be escaping from this box. This is the back of the box. I'm showing you the back of the box because you won't be able to see it later in the show, but I want you to see that it is solid, nothing moves, there's no trapdoor back there. That is the back of the box. That is the side of the box. I'm showing you the side of the box because I cannot turn the box all the way around in one move. That is the front of the box. Of course, you'll get familiar with the front of the box because that's what you'll be looking at for most of the rest of the show. Make sure that all the things are accessible. There we are. All right. Make a little more noise. Hire and escape show in just a few minutes. But first, I need more stuff. Alright, so this in place over here and there. Sure that all the pieces pointed the direction they need to be pointed. Here we are. Alright. Don't go anywhere! Someone once told me that if you want to get a lot of people interested in an upcoming show, you should put up a series of posts. Feel free to like my posts. That's a twofer. Alright, here we are. Alright. Hire and escape show about to begin. I just need a few more things. Don't go anywhere. A blunderbuss is a one-shot weapon. It's not a blunderbuss. All right, here. This is the part of the performance where I just mutter in front of all of you. Here we are. That, right there, like so. That, there, like so. That. Oh, to do it. One more to make it symmetrical. I don't do that bit again. Alright, here we go. We'll do that. Right. There. Like that. So. There. And that. Try not to get caught up in the lines. For those of you who are curious, these things in the back, those are yard arms. Nautical term, those are yard arms. The ones in the front, you may notice, are slightly longer. Those are meter arms. Meter arms, slightly different. Did I win? It's going to be like this, just so you know. All right, now, I did say when I brought this thing out, I made a joke about it being a big sale. It is not, in fact, a sale. What it is a portable oubliette. Now, some of you may be asking, what's a portable oubliette? I'm so glad you asked. A portable oubliette is an oubliette that you can take with you wherever you go. Someone in the friend had a follow-up question. The follow-up question being, what's an oubliette?
What's an oubliette?
I'm so glad you asked. An oubliette is a place in a prison or dungeon where you can put someone and you never have to think about them again. Oh, indeed, yes. Oubliette is a French term. It translates roughly to out of sight, out of mind. Or more succinctly, forget about it. At the appropriate moment in the show, we will pull each of these 8 rings. That will cause a column of fabric to deploy around the box, rendering everything inside the box, inside the oubliette, isolated. And you don't have to think about it again. And as I am getting the last of these lines locked into place, I do have a confession that I should make. This show is totally rigged. Did I win? Hey! All right, just a few more things to get it ready. Put that panel there, this panel there, blue, that panel over here, and a few nautical turns. Starboard, port, Zinfandel. Oh yeah, there we are. So now, I think we're about ready, so let's get this underway. Welcome to the Pirate Escape Show! Thank you very much. I am Captain Horatio Boxjumper. You may have heard of a pirate called Blackbeard. You'd recognize him by his huge black beard. You may have heard of a pirate captain called Redbeard. You'd recognize him by his great red beard. At sea, I am known as Captain No Beard. You may recognize me. And the Pirate Escape Show, in the Pirate Escape Show, I will be locked in shackles at wrists and ankles. I will be placed in the box. The box will be constructed around me. I will be locked to the box. The box will be chained to the table and locked into place. The oubliette will be deployed around the whole apparatus, and then I try to escape. Should I fail to escape, welcome to the Pirate in a Box Show! The Pirate Escape Show is in fact a demonstration of the techniques that I practice to prepare in the event of what I consider to be my inevitable capture. Effortless escape requires constant practice, and so with that in mind, I had this rig specially built for me to work with. When I had it built, I knew that I needed to find someone who had excellent woodworking skills, someone who had a knowledge of maritime tradition, and someone whom I could trust completely to be honest with me as he was working. I found a man who had been a shipwright in London for many years. That's what you call a person who builds ships. A person who builds ships is called a wright, just as a person who builds barrels is called a cooper. So, he'd been a shipwright for many years in London before he retired to become a minister in a small country parsonage. And when I found this man, I knew that he was the right person for the job. All right, so let's begin by chaining the box to the table. Here we are. I'm going to chain that there. For those who are here early, you may have seen me jumping up and down on the wooden table. That is to demonstrate that it is a solid wooden table. There's no hole in it or trap or anything. The wooden table is about a foot above the stage. The water table is about 50 feet below the stage. That doesn't come into play, that's just a thing. And the chains are very loud, but they are effective You might be surprised how long it takes to gnaw through a chain like this. I know I was. As was my dentist. All right, here we are. Chains in place there. Good, all right. And then finally, before we start the show proper, I have one more thing I would like to do, and that is to dedicate this show to my cousin Lefty, who tragically lost a hand to a shark in a bizarre swimming accident. He knew full well that when he went swimming, he should have gone with a buddy, but instead he brought his chum. Oh boy. All right, so now, before I get locked in the box, obviously, no one's going to trust me if I just put myself in the box. So at this point, I have to ask for the assistance of a volunteer from the audience. There is a height requirement. It has to be someone who can reach this ring. If you can't reach the ring, the show goes now. We don't volunteer other people. That's poor form. All right, let's see. Who have we got here? Who wants to? There's usually more hands than this. I worry about the level of skepticism. On the other hand, I also worry about that level of enthusiasm. Let's see. You know, you seem just timid enough. Would you like to lock me up? All right, please join me here on the stage. Please welcome Alana! All right, now, Alana, when I bring someone on stage to be in the show with me, it seems only right that you have the opportunity to earn a little something for your effort. And since it is a pirate show, a little treasure seems appropriate. But Alana, you haven't done anything yet. So, I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in a little treasure box, and I'm going to put the treasure box over here by the bell, where everyone can keep an eye on it and make sure that nothing strange happens to it. Also, Alana, obviously I have just met you, and I'm about to be locked in a box. So I don't trust you. I'm going to put this padlock right there so you don't just take my treasure and leave me locked up. But I do have a key for the padlock. I'm going to put the key in that spittoon. As a security measure, I have a lot of keys in this. Slow you down just a little bit. Also, I have to remove the belt before we begin, because if I don't, people just say, well, we've already seen that you've got one key in one of those pockets and pouches and boxes on the belt. You've probably just got more keys in the pockets and pouches and boxes on the belt. So I'm going to hang that up here too, where everyone can see it. And again, in the interest of full disclosure, I do have more keys in the boxes and pouches and boxes. All right. We're also going to lock me, as I say, shackles at the ankles, so I'm going to have to take off the boots. So if I just get the every move is carefully planned. There we go, that's one. That was the easy one. All right, here we go. Other step. Alana, I'm going to enlist your help at this point. If you would please just be gentle with me. There it is. I have escaped. Thank you very much. That's silly. We're not going to do that. All right. So, let's get this thing started proper. That means we're going to need your shackles. Alana, you're great right where you are. I'm going to put that on that side. Alana, if you would please lock that around my wrist. Yes. And make sure it feels locked to you. And make sure this one feels locked, because I didn't let you do that one. Good? Satisfied? All right. Alana, if you would please put the shackles around my ankles. You will see that there's a little wooden sheath covering the lock. You're going to have to slide that off. That's just to make sure the lock doesn't close prematurely. You may have to give it a good whack with the heel of your hand. There, did you hear the click? All right, good. And the same for the other side. Wonderful. And a good satisfying click. Alana, are those locked? They are excellent. Alana, if you would please take the two little fabric sheaths, put them in the spittoon. I will climb into the box, and then Alana, if you would please just take a walk around the back of the box to inspect that it is locked to the platform all the way around, that there are no hidden openings. Not everyone can see what you can see, so we're trusting you. Are you satisfied with the condition? Seems locked to Alana. Excellent. Alana, if you would please take the panel mark number 1. If you would slide that down into this track with the ring to the top and toward the outside. Perfect. Just like that. Lower that on in. All the way down. Thank you for being gentle with my knees, Alana. Alana, if you would please take the two loose ends of chain and pull them up through the ring. That is going to keep panel number 1 from coming out. And yes, you can just let them hang there. Now, if you would please take panel number 2. And if you would slide that into this track here with the ring facing down, but the knots toward my neck. Yes, thank you. That is important to me. Wonderful. All right. Now, before you get to the next panel, over by the bell, you will see that there is a series of padlocks. Each lock is individually keyed, so that we know which key goes with which lock. Each key has a little tag with a symbol, so we know which one is which. The symbols are pink heart, yellow moon, orange star, green clover, and blue diamond. It is a system that I find has a certain charm. It's always been lucky for me. So, Alana, if you would please go and choose one of those locks. Whichever lock you want to start with is fine. Just start with whatever lock you choose. All right, have you chosen a lock, Alana?
Yes.
Do you feel you've chosen it of your own free will?
Yes.
All right. Alana, if you would please, without showing it to me, bring the lock over and use the padlock to lock the shackles on my wrists to the ring on panel number 2. And as Alana does this, I want everyone to notice that with the orientation of panel number 2, I cannot see the padlock. I do not know which lock Alana has chosen. I cannot see the lock to manipulate it. Have you locked it in place? Yes, you should probably take the key out. I mean, I don't mind if you leave it in, but the others may find it somewhat less compelling. Alana, if you would take the key and put it in the spittoon with the other keys. And then, Alana, if you would take panel number 3, and if you would slide that into place just as you did panel number 1, with the loops toward the top and the outside, exactly as you have it. Good work. Slide that into place. Very nice. And if you could then flip these little brackets down over the loops there. All right, now Alana, if you would please choose 2 more padlocks. Whatever 2 you would like, it's up to you. Choose 2. Don't tell me what they are. Bring them over here. And if you would run one each through each of those loops, but don't lock them yet. Just put them in place. And then if you would take the loose ends of chain that have come up through the ring in panel 1, and then lock the end of each chain to each of the padlocks so it got a sort of a Y formation. As Alana is doing this task, I would like to take this moment to explain to everyone why I believe that this is the most dangerous show at the festival. Of the 2 people performing on stage at this time, only one was at rehearsal. And he is locked in a box. So it is Alana's show now. Alana, have you taken the keys from the locks?
Yes.
If you would put those in the spittoon for me, please. And then come back over toward the box. I will give you a few more instructions. Staying right there is a fine place for you to be. So we talked about the oubliette earlier. There are these rings. When I give you the signal, but not until, you'll begin by pulling this ring on the port side. It will release one of the chains around the oubliette. You'll pull each of these rings in sequence, going around behind me, over to the starboard side. The oubliette will begin to unfurl. You'll pull the rest of the rings coming around the front until the oubliette has completely deployed around me. Once that has happened, Alana, you and I are going to have a race. Yes. Once the oubliette is deployed, you will ring the bell know it's time to begin, just pull the rope to the side. Don't pull it down, that doesn't do anything. Once you've rung the bell, you remember the treasure box from the beginning of the show. There is a padlock on that. There is a key in the spittoon. Your job will be to go into the spittoon, find the key that you believe unlocks the padlock on the treasure box. You do not have to remove the treasure box from the post. Just unlock the padlock and hold it over your head. If Alana is holding a padlock over her head before I manage to get out, Alana wins! Because Alana is one of you. If, however, I manage to get out before Alana has the padlock overhead, then I win. You react however you want. I'm not the boss of you. That's totally fair. And as you may have just guessed there, Alana, you may have difficulty concentrating because they're going to be cheering for you so loudly as this is happening. They're going to be making a lot of noise. You're going to have to focus. So, a quick review. You pull the rings, deploy the oubliette. Ring the bell, find the key, unlock the padlock, hold it over your head. Have you got that, Alana? You're ready to go. Is everybody ready? All right then, Alana, let's begin. Pull the rings. 1. That should do it. Go around the back for dramatic effect. Let's go. 3, very dramatic. 4, 5, is it playing? 4 and 5. 6, see how dramatic it is? 7, and 1 more for good measure. 8. Now, in fairness, I've had a little more practice at this thing. I know a few things about this procedure. And Alana, you've done an excellent job doing everything that I asked you to do. It's appropriate that I would bring you on stage and not reward you for your efforts. And I do happen to know which of these keys opens the lock. I knew it was in there somewhere. So I would like to, Alana, in gratitude for your work, I would like to reward you with the contents of the treasure box, which is this lovely robe. Show called Treasure Quest at 2 o'clock at the Gatehouse stage. There's no height requirement for that show. As for having joined me right now, thank you all